The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. Brought to you by Nadex. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Tom and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, we have the Dow Industrials down 306. You get the Nasdaq off 115. S&Ps are down 32. Percentage-wise, what we have out there, folks, is that you have the Dow Industrials down 1.2%, Nasdaq down 1.5, S&Ps off 0.9%. Inside the NDX 100, let's go take a look at it. Losers out here, we get Netflix down 4.6%. You got Micron down 4.5. You got C-Trip down 4.4, and you get NetEase down 4.1. We go inside the Dow Industrials, strength versus the weakness. Strength, the point move is in here. Bottom line is Boeing. Boeing is always the monster, bringing it up, bringing it down. Bottom line, Boeing's putting 62 negative points into it. Big Mac is putting 31. Caterpillar's putting 28. You got the Goldman putting 25. The only three that are positive is that you got Walmart putting 9 positive points, Coke putting 2, and Procter & Gamble is flat out here. If we do go over to the S&P and we take a look at the SPY, what you're going to see here is this. It looks to me like a small ABC structure on the way down. You're breaking the B point, and for a Monday, this is what's going to get pretty wild out here, actually, is that Mondays and Fridays in the summer, you get slow trading. Well, guess what? Right now, it looks like we're going to have an expansion of volume. We're breaking that B point there of 273.53. That sets up a 270. Right now, you're at 271.75. Your next lowest swing point out here from the 29th is 267. I expect we're going to see that baby get hit. We're going to take a look at the NDX 100, the Qs. Same type of setup in the Qs. Qs are down 267. You're down 9 million shares. Now, that 9 million shares is a monster in the Qs right now for a half hour into the trading day, folks. 35 minutes. You're breaking a B point here, $38. It's not an ABC down because, bottom line, this is the first leg. But what you have done is this. You got back inside the lower range at 175. You got an expansion of volume. Intraday. Let's go take a look at this intraday. Yeah, it's not saying much, meaning price projection-wise. Bottom line is that your lower swing, not even your lower swing, where you broke topside from, lays out at 170.87. I suspect we're going to get into that level. Small caps. We go take a look at the small caps out here. What do you have with the small caps? What the small caps did do is this. The small caps on Friday, bottom line, came sideways to lower and did have volume behind the move. So bottom line, you get volume. Again, we've done 5.2 million shares. That's after reaching a high last week. For 6.5 hours, we did 19 million on the way up. So these small caps, they're unloading the small caps. I expect the next leg down here is going to be about 164 to 162. Right now, you're at 165. What is no doubt, let's go take a look at Micron. So the chip stocks, Micron comes down Friday, has volume, comes down today with volume. NVIDIA, NVDA, same type of setup. NVIDIA, 8 trading days, you're down, bottom line, $27. Big moves, man. What NVIDIA just did do is get back inside its lower range. So the lower range, anything inside 254, bottom line, lower prices coming at you. And what NVIDIA has not done yet is gone after this high volume swing low from the February 6th to the February 9th area. Those numbers are going to get hit, folks. Real question is that how do they get hit? How fast do they get hit? And do we build cause before we get into that area? If we go around the world and we take a look around the world, you have Europe right now, that's down this morning. We get the FTSE down 1.7%. You get the DAX down 1.8%. In Asia last night, we had the Nikkei was off 0.7%. Shanghai, Hang Seng was down 1.2. We had Shanghai down 1.1. So bottom line is that this is rocking and rolling right around all the world indices. We go back over to the bond market, deviant beyond belief, folks. Bottom line, the Fed's going up on rates, on short-term rates, but guess what? Markets are buying the 10s, the 5s, the 2s, the 30s. You name the bond, market's buying it. On the 10-year right now, you're up 7 ticks. You've done 678,000 contracts. Bottom line, you have a high volume high that's going after. That's the 121.03. I expect we're going to get tested, and we'll see how it handles itself up here. Right now, your 10-year yield is out there at 2.871. And so for the last 3 months, the high when was 3.11. Big numbers. Financial stocks. Let's go to J.P. Morgan first. Take a look at J.P. Morgan. J.P. Morgan right now going after the swing low. And this is a big heads up for the market in general, folks. Okay? So picture. The high volume swing low laying out here, J.P. Morgan, 103.98. We hit that, did a major bounce, went from 103 to 119. Come back down, you go to 106. That was in April. They'll do another nice bounce, get up to 114, and then you come slamming back down again. And this is going to be a problem. We'll see how this is going to come into this area. But bottom line is that you're going after it, and that says quite a bit about the financials in general, about interest rate structure, all of that. Berkshire Hathaway just took out its swing low. So the swing low in Berkshire Hathaway, 189.30. Guess what? Bye-bye. See ya. They were unloading this thing on Friday. Bottom line, broke it. Now it's going to get intriguing here with Berkshire. If Berkshire, bottom line, I think it already broke it, right? 189. Yeah. Berkshire's on its way to 182. And this is going to be intriguing because we had Berkshire went topside December of 2017. It's consolidated, but it's a high-end consolidation that was building cause for lower price. Each and every time it was down at the lower end of the consolidation, volume exploded. Looks to me like this is the beginning of the week. I don't think it's going to be able to handle it. And you don't handle it, Berkshire will be down at 182 in about a heartbeat. And then if we go to the XLF, what you're going to see, the XLF bottom line looks like it's going to get blown apart also. XLF right now, put this on a weekly, same setup. So same setup. We are at 2681. You need a break between below 2655. But the way this is trading, it looks like it wants to do it. So it's going to be a big heads up. Bank of America, we go to BAC. We take a look at BAC. Bank of America right now. Oh, there you go. It says it all. Bank of America just blew it away. 2882. Yeah, it did. So this is a major breakdown. And this is also saying, guess what, folks? Our rates aren't going down, man. This is going to be a breakdown of the banks. It's going to be a breakdown in price. So Bank of America wants 26. The thing that's intriguing here is that we've been up here for so long. We've been up here for a year and a half. When you get a year and a half consolidation, if you broke topside, awesome, man, you're going. You break downtown, see ya, man. See ya, don't want to be ya. This is, we're going south. And south, here we go. Dollar index. Okay, so the dollar index last week, it failed at 95.070. We'll see if we get any volume on the way down. That's the number to keep your eye on, folks. Stay right there, folks. We have the Dow Industrials right now down 300. Nasdaq's off 132. S&Ps are down 35. You get the Nasdaq and the S&Ps actually accelerating to the downside. We'll come right back.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, oil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated folic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. We take your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now down 300. You get the Nasdaq off 134. S&Ps are down 37. Kind of unusual. We start the week off with a down week.
Good morning. I know, down 300.
Yeah,
Off to the races. How about the Nasdaq down 135?
It's a big number. If we go to that composite, you're going to see, and you know, look at that move, man. It's the composite always blows my mind, folks, in the NDX 100, because I was talking about this last week that. Seems like it's never going to go down, but man, when it goes, it really goes, man. It's like, and you're back inside the lower range again. We broke out 76.37. Well, actually, the real lower range is like 7,500. So, but guess what? You're down $1.32 right now. That's a big number.
Yes.
Inside the NDX 100.
It's early in the trading week to be approaching 2% down already.
It is. And inside the NDX, I would say getting back inside 7,022 would be the number. Look at that move on the NDX, man. 133 points.
Yeah. Right.
And,
You only need like just over 140, 142 for like a 2% move.
That's huge.
Yeah, big time.
I know. I mean, we're at 73.09. Wow. That's a big number, no doubt. And inside that, look at this. One of our favorite stocks, Tom.
What's happening with Netflix?
Yeah.
Quite a number.
When I first did the update, it was down 18. Now you're down 25. Look at this thing. This some serious business here, man. So let me see first. I think it finished at ABC up too. That was like 34 or something. 23. I think the price projection was between. I think it was 434. So it hit 423. You're coming down volume though, man. This is,
Can you go to their description again? How much Netflix? Because I was listening to Bloomberg early this morning, and they were made 167 billion. Can you go to Disney?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so they're worth more than Disney.
Wow.
Right? And then you start talking about how Disney's going to have their own, and that's especially if they get Fox.
Right.
So they're going to have their own. Can you go into the news on here too? Because I'm just curious if they talk about anything about. So Jurassic World is a Disney, which I didn't even realize. I'd like to actually see that. That's one of those movies that would probably be cool to check out in the theater, right?
Totally.
The size of the screen, everything.
Especially one of those 3D there.
Right. No,
Yeah,
exactly. Right.
Right.
So I was trying to see if they have in here, and I think they do their own standalone, because Disney's going to have their own standalone app. They're going to be a Netflix. They're going to have all this content. And then what's the PE on Disney too? Let's go back. So PE is like 16 to 17 on Disney. And then
Right.
can you go to Netflix again, please? Oh, one more time. You have BE.
Okay.
Because this is the stuff where you really start to think about the valuations, right? Especially
Right.
for a company like Netflix, and that's down today. The PE is 244.
Right.
But they're going to be in a really similar business.
Interesting.
When you think about that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Netflix has quite a brand in terms of for themselves and worldwide. But when you start thinking about what they're going to be able to do, and this is in terms of Disney, I mean, you're going to have a Disney app. It's going to be like $10 a month, $20 a month. And you're going to have all the Fox and all the Jurassic movies. And
I suspect whatever movies that Netflix doesn't have a contract for now, Disney probably is not going to give them any new ones.
Exactly. You have all
Right.
of these amazing brands
Right.
that come under Disney and that come under Fox.
They bought that library. That library, the Fox library is
Right.
worth a fortune.
Yeah,
Right.
and then combined with the Disney library in terms of the kid lineup, I'm sure,
Right.
everything you have in Disney, that's going to be a pretty formidable app. And, you're probably going to have a couple apps when cable goes away with, right? You're going to choose. Maybe I'll have HBO.
Yeah.
You'll have ESPN. You'll have, but it's just an interesting conversation. I started thinking about it, those PEs, my goodness, Disney's going to be in a similar arena where content and distribution.
The differential would be the growth, right? That's,
Oh, it should be for sure.
Yeah. So, like, we just pulled up Disney, and Asia, they're growing by 8.5%, almost 9%. U.S., they're 4.5%. But you pull up Netflix, and they're growing by, like,
They are.
monster numbers. Netflix is...
The other side, though, is that Disney they don't even have an app yet.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
think
no,
about it,
I'm
that's
with you
basically
there.
their whole
Right.
business, right?
Right.
I mean, worldwide, too, let's talk about scalability in terms of just selling the Disney app. And as people begin to cut cable, if you have kids, you don't need much else than a Disney app and a Netflix app, and you're golden.
And, then what's going to happen with CBS?
Right.
The reality is that they'll probably get laid out in the dust.
That's funny because that's exactly how the conversation what I was listening to too,
Right.
and it was great
Right.
because you have Comcast owns NBC,
Yeah.
you have Disney owns ABC,
Yeah.
so those two companies can't go after CBS
Right.
because that would be too big of a monopoly type deal.
Right.
And what do you do, right?
Exactly.
Totally.
Exactly. Let's go take a look at a couple of the other high flyers. Facebook, look at that. Down $5,
All
but
those
that's
tech stocks,
still
yeah.
really not getting smoked. Google, that's getting smoked. That's down 26. Now, this is a classic test for Google. This is pretty amazing, actually. And it's wild, folks, if you actually take a look at this. The three highs, if you're into candlestick charting, the three highs are all shooting stars. And shooting stars love to get retested, but they are a bearish occurrence. And, the first shooting star had 1.3 million shares. Second one, 2.1. Third one, 1.6. So you get the 1.6 going into the 2.1 failed. And then now you get the lows again, So, I'm Mr. Bud Ross. You're going to get him on the phone. Look at look at how that's set up, man.
No, pretty cool.
And then, I was going over the XLF, Tommy. So check this out, folks. This XLF, when I did it in the first segment, this is telling us that no matter what the Fed is going to do, that these banks still aren't making money on the spread. God bless you.
Excuse me. Thank you.
Because it's just on the verge, of basically breaking this consolidation that we've been in since December of 2017. And, if we break it, that's saying, man, you're going to go lower. And each and every one of those lows have some big volume. So,
Yeah, pretty remarkable. I mean, you start going back. You're back to almost March of 2017.
Yes.
It's the high there. Yeah,
Right.
we're
right.
walking a half away from that.
And Berkshire, so think about this. Berkshire is the leader. It's broken it today,
Okay.
which, that tells you quite a bit because,
Yes.
the bottom line is that's the insurance and the banking industry. That's the monster there.
Yeah.
So we'll see how the rest of this baby shakes out, man. Market-wise, I suspect we're going to get some volume today. And if we get volume today, folks, a Monday in the summer, then get out of the way tomorrow, man. Because, there's still Mondays and Fridays in the summer, you You know, you can get movement, but you're not going to get volume. So if we get more than 97 million, that'd be pretty tough to get, I think.
What are we at, 21 right now? Okay.
Yeah, 20 times 6.
Yeah,
we could get
the
that.
day is young.
It's going to be close.
You know, if you get an acceleration, too, one way or the other, I'm sure.
Right. No, we could get that, you know. And some of the higher volume stocks out here, most of the tech stocks seem to be the ones, you get Micron Tech down 318, Advanced Micro's down 81. You got Netflix off 22. Oh, did you see Harley Davidson, man?
I did.
Holy cow. So Harley Davidson, folks, they got to move some production overseas, so they come out with a material fact today that they're going to basically eat $90 to $100 million on this deal.
My goodness.
90 to 100
I haven't heard
million.
that yet. That's quite a number.
We'll go through it. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Come right back.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender. Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow down 275, Nasdaq's off $1.25, S&Ps are off 33. So Harley sees fiscal year costs from tariffs 90 to 100 million. Look at that baby. The remainder of 2018, Harley sees incremental costs for the remainder of 2018 to be approximately 30 to 45 million. They're going to shift motorcycle production for the EU destinations to international facilities from the U.S. I believe when I read this that they're actually going to eat the cost of it at the beginning. Tariffs will result in an incremental cost of $2,200 per average motorcycle, it said.
Yeah, the company vows not to raise its manufacturers' suggested retail prices or wholesale prices to its dealers to cover costs. So
Yeah.
they're not going to raise their prices at all.
Yeah, so they're going to eat the cost of it.
Yeah.
And it's in the stock. I mean, look at the stock. Bottom line is that put this on a weekly. Yeah, this is in trouble. So we'll see whether it gets down as 36. You get the 36 just laying out here. Imagine eating $100 million.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Big number.
And in terms of just moving production out of the country.
I'm sure Milwaukee's totally flipped out right now. That'll be like, you know, no matter what city you're in, all of a sudden you're moving it out. Guess what? Trouble in paradise. Oil. What do we got with the oil market out here? Let's go. CRB.
Quite a week last week. We'll see if we can compete with that type of volatility this week.
Man. That, we're at 68. Look at that move. That move Friday was phenomenal.
Yeah. I mean, was it almost $30? Yeah, it was almost $3. What was that bar?
Yeah, 65.70 to 69.38.
$3.67 bar.
Right.
Wow.
So I guess the market was definitely looking for a reduction of, no, a production of more than.
They were worried about more than 1 million barrels, right?
Right. Pretty wild.
I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's-
If you look at the oil stocks still having a problem, folks. Isn't it intriguing?
It is.
ExxonMobil just can't move. You're at 80.24. You know, the top of that range is 90. The bottom of the range is about 70. And Chevron, we go to Chevron. We take a look at Chevron. Same setup. You know, those ranges are pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
It's amazing to me that, you know, 130. What is that? 209.
Yeah.
30% range.
Yeah.
I mean,
A little volatility in those stocks.
well,
for sure.
when I look at something like that, is that really investing or is that trading?
Yeah, no, just
You know?
lots of volatility, I would say.
Yeah.
Because, you know, just like oil, I mean, that's a 5% move in the price of oil on Friday.
Let's go to the gold contract. I mean, the GDX. So GDX out here, bottom line is down 12 cents. Not much movement here. Now, this held up last week, you know, even with gold getting smoked. So we'll see how this shakes out this week. The gold contract itself still doesn't have anything on it. You know, we're testing out the lows from last Thursday. 1262 hit 1265 out here today. It's not a bad setup intraday. You know, I like the spike earlier in the morning, come down. The spike has volume up there at 1274. Two separate times we come down, you can see the volume's pretty light. Let's go to, I'm just curious, I want to see this Argentina peso. So 27, yep, still weak. The real and Brazil, 377. It's still weak too. These currency moves, they've been the Canadian dollar. So check this out. This is pretty wild. I mean, want to go take a quick trip to Canada? You have some decent money right now. $1.33.
Yeah.
You know,
Big
so
move
that's like
this
a
year. Coming off like $1.22 in the end of January.
That's, you know, so every dollar you have, folks, up in Canada, they're going to give you $1.33 for it. That's not bad, man.
Yeah.
You know, the thing that's amazing is that only 5 months ago it was at 122. You know, doesn't seem like a lot, but it really is in the context of a first world country. Look at that move. So if we look at the move, you go down to, at 2012, the Canadian dollar was on par with us. It was actually less than par.
Yeah. For a while it was right around par, which is interesting.
Right. 877-927-6648. So,
how about Campbell's Soup? Because I was listening as well.
Campbell.
Yeah, let's see. I think I'm CP, yeah.
There it is, right there. CPB.
There we go.
Oh, what's going on here?
I know, right? So Kraft Heinz, I guess, was talked about purchasing them on Friday, and maybe some follow through there.
Look at that.
Quite an acceleration off of 32.
Seriously.
a few weeks ago. And I guess General Mills is up today. There were a few other ones I
Look
was
at that. So
listening to.
this has gone from 67 in 2016, hit a low a month ago at 32. Look at that. It's up 33% from the low.
Right, I know.
And let's see what this does. So they take in $8.7 billion.
Look at the earnings too, right? Big
Yeah.
time.
Wow.
I guess you'd be worried that they have no growth in the last 3 years, practically, even
Right.
shrinking a bit.
And the amount of salt in all their deals, you know, is that going to keep, you know, they got to change some of the recipes, right?
Sure, make it a little bit healthier as
Right.
consumers become a
Right.
little bit more health conscious.
Right.
I'm sure they're aware of that, yeah.
So,
Yeah, so on speculation of Kraft Heinz buying them, I believe.
and Kraft,
AFT, CHC, I guess. Yeah. Yeah.
let's just see what this baby does.
Yeah, so Kraft is a $77 billion company, and you had,
$26 billion in sales.
yeah,
They're-
Campbell's was only like, I think, $11 billion or
See,
something.
they're packaging up all the losers.
Yeah, no, look, I mean, negative growth across the board
Right.
on the bottom there, right?
Right. They're making you know,
No.
but the earnings still are there.
It is.
Look at that.
Somehow they must be saving costs
Yeah,
because they're going
and I
from...
believe that's the company and that's what they're so good at. They're so good at just buying things and then ripping the PHDC, the expense side of the ratio out. I think it's a big Brazilian company. Yeah, so it's there. It is right there. Yeah, 3G. So
Okay.
Berkshire is partners with them, and there it
Okay.
is, 23%, 28, 26%, and that's what they're known for this.
Sure.
Meaning,
Yes.
you know. So we'll see. Bottom line is that if they can get anywhere with it. Let's go look at those marijuana companies. What was happening on Friday, you know, is that remember I just left. Well, no, I saw you over the weekend, and I was saying Molson when I was just coming off the air. I was saying Molson, maybe Grasping Straws with Eye on Pot. That's BNN. What had happened Friday, folks, is that, yeah, there it is. Molson said to be in talks with marijuana companies, and they were all at highs. That was Friday afternoon.
It would make sense. Those
Oh.
alcohol, you're doing Constellation Brands,
And
definitely.
they were talking about infusing beer.
Yes.
Yeah. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. We have the Dow Industrials right now down 262. Nasdaq's off 118. S&Ps are off 31. We're coming right back.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is down 250. We get the Nasdaq off $120. S&Ps are off 36. Let's go over to my man, Mr. Jason Path, as we do each and every Monday at 40 past the hour. Jason has a great website, folks. It's thedutchbook.com. Great analysis. Bottom line, Jason, what's going on, brother?
Hey, not much, man. How are you?
Good. Well, I'm looking at your newsletter, and folks, you can come over, right to thedutchbook.com. You can get Jason's newsletter, check it out. And it's kind of intriguing. The bottom line is that some old, some new. Let's start with Bitcoin. What do we have?
Well, we had a tough weekend for Bitcoin bulls, certainly. We've seen the $6,000 level tested, and we actually dipped below that yesterday down to about 5,800. That was really a threshold that we were watching closely. We've had a pop this morning. We actually still remain bullish over the near and medium term on Bitcoin. Clearly, structurally, the environment needs to improve. We see some short-term small signs of improvement. The day-to-day indicators that we watch, like transaction volume, unique users, and dollars per user, are stable. We'd like to see some expansion there. We think we will now that some of the hacking and regulatory news flow has died down. So.
Yeah, you explained it to us last week, which is pretty cool, about the amount of search and Google for Bitcoin correlation into the price, so it's like when you're hitting these lows, it's like, is everyone just saying see ya? And we know on a contrary type of view, that's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, and we actually track, moving averages with search volume. And the 4-week moving average right now for Bitcoin is incrementally up about 10 to 15% day to day. So again, we feel like the climate is slowly improving.
And Jason, on one of those charts you sent over, you have a range down there. I'm guesstimating, but like 6,300 to just above 7,000. What is that range that you're looking at on that Bitcoin dollar chart?
So what we do is we simulate the Bitcoin market with a number of variables that we've watched that have proven the test of time, and we simulate it thousands and thousands of times through our computers. And so each simulation will be a result, and we'll establish that range. So if you look at the chart, each result is graphed there, and so we look at we transform that into a probability, right? So for this week, we see the 50% threshold is really at a level of about 6,500 or less, and then we look at tail risk. How far outside of that range could we get? We continue to see more tail risk slightly to the upside. Clearly, the last few weeks, we've seen downside pressure. So
that's pretty cool, huh? Man, that's awesome, man. Wow. It's so cool. I love trading when you're either at the bottom of consolidations to the top, too, because the reality is okay, you're either going to be right or wrong pretty quick. Do you know what I mean?
That's right.
So it's pretty cool. Now, I know I was over at the Nadex site, and you just wrote a whole deal about oil and the OPEC, right? Talk to us about that.
Yeah, so a crazy meeting, and our theme this week in the newsletter, everything old is new again. We had one of those throwback OPEC meetings, right, where there was drama, intrigue, mystery. We felt like there was so much expectation heading into the meeting that clearly when the agreement that was announced rather opaquely was about 600,000 barrels a day. The market almost took that as a bullish move. Clearly, you saw the skyrocketing price here on Friday.
We were talking about Friday. I mean, $3.40, some amazing bar. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, so we feel like over the long term, the next 2 quarters, that 600,000 is really a baseline.
Okay.
We anticipate moving back to a period of non-compliance. For those of us who have traded oil for a while, this was one of the first, if only, OPEC agreements I've ever seen where everybody played by the rules. We could see some non-compliance add 10 to 15% on top of the 600,000, and then Russia could add another 300 to 400,000. Barrels per day. The Nigerian oil minister over the weekend said that 600,000 did not include Russia, and when you add 300 to 400,000 from Russia, that gets you to 1 million. A little bit of non-compliance. We could see as many as 1.1 to 1.2 back on the market by the end of 2018.
Yeah. Man, we seem to be eating the oil up. I mean, it's kind of intriguing, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, they're pushing it, but bottom line is that
Quite a demand when you can have a $3 move in one day, right? Following an increase in OPEC.
So
yeah, it's unprecedented supply and demand, which makes it fun to try and quantify.
It does. It does.
So what else are you looking at this week, Jason? I know we have all the charts that you had in there. So there was some natural gas action. I saw the Aussie, Australian dollar, US dollar.
Let's talk about the currency markets, man.
Yeah, so again, we're starting to see some interest
There's a
rate
good chart.
differentials.
Yeah.
Again, for those of us who have been around for a while, we're starting to hear terms like carry trade, which you haven't heard in a while because everyone's been so flat. So as the U.S. starts to add points to the yield and hike interest rates, those countries that might also see some slowing economically due to some slowdown in China, like Australia, we see a growing differential between the interest rates, and we really feel like the dollar could strengthen strongly and quickly against the Australian dollar.
Okay.
We're at a historic spread right now with the U.S. dollar versus the Australian dollar, and we feel like this could push us from a level right now of about 74 cents down into the mid-60s by the end of the year, given the current expectation of a rate hike path in the U.S. and no rate adjustments in Australia. We're at about a 0.27%, 27 basis point spread right now between the 10 years of the two countries. We expect that to widen to about 55 basis points, which again would push us into the mid-60s.
This currency movement across the world has been pretty intense. I mean, of course, we know you get the Argentina peso, that's done. Brazilians having a tough time. But even, the Canadian dollar's getting weaker. We start talking like this, it's like, okay, one market is going to start moving into the other market. So it's going to be, those are big numbers, man. Those are big numbers.
Absolutely. And some of those historic correlations that we used to see have broken down, right? You talk about the Canadian dollar. It's not as closely linked with oil as we're used to seeing. The yen and the 10-year in the U.S. don't really correlate like they used to, so it makes it even more intriguing.
Oh, I'm glad you just brought the yen up. Yeah, that's intriguing. Because when I'm even trading gold, I love that yen gets strong, man. Gold loves it, so that's, we could, they do something in Japan, and by the time we wake up in the morning, that contract can go. And of course, gold needs a shot in the arm. Gold needs a lot more than a shot in the arm.
It does. We're in some dangerous territory in gold.
Seriously.
How about natural gas as well, Jason? I saw you in natural gas in here. We love looking at natural gas, especially on Thursdays when we get the EIA number. What are you looking at for natural gas this week?
Yeah, we continue to expect a higher price. Clearly, we didn't see that last week. We continue to see tightening supply. We called last week in the newsletter a build of 91 BCF. The EIA reported 91 BCF. So it's tracking to our models, which is going to be an incremental increase in price as we see an incremental tightening in supply. We're going to make the seasonal turn at dramatically lower levels than we're used to. We're tracking right along in line with that. We're forecasting an 83 BCF build this week. Market's consensus last week was 85 BCF. So if we're under market consensus again, that will be a step up in price. Our concern on natural gas right now is, what is the upside with as slow as the market is moving right now? There's always risk in natural gas with a changing weather pattern or, unexpected pipeline issues. So we're always factoring in that risk.
Our storm in the Gulf coming in.
Season. We live in Florida.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, it's definitely. Yeah.
You know what's intriguing is that I love how you track it going forward, because the bottom line is that we're going to be coming into the end of summer in a second, and then that's the switch is pulled, right?
Definitely.
That's right.
So, folks,
It'll
check
be
it
here
out.
before you know it.
TheDutchBook.com. You can sign up for Jason's great newsletter, get access to all that, and then right under breaking news on TFNN, we have Nadex Market News, Jason's article about 3 things that traders need to know about that OPEC announcement.
And every Monday right here. Jason, have a great one, a safe one.
All right, you too.
Thanks,
Okay.
Jason. Take care, man.
Are China A shares hot or not? If you trade China A shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A share bull and bear ETFs. China A shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools, as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
TFNN has put together the finest programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 8 hours a day, starting at 9 a.m. as Larry Pesavento kicks us off with Trade What You See. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Swim lessons from TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim is now at 11 a.m., followed by Basil Chapman at 12 noon. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's Tiger TV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN.com, educating investors. Learn how to trade options with swim lessons. Brought to you by TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim. Next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go over to the Bitcoin. So, of course, at the beginning of the week, folks, so we get the Nadex spreads, the weeklies, you have the monthlies also. But so Bitcoin last night looks like, what's...
Like 60, 70 it opened at? Is that what you're gonna say?
On ours, exactly.
Yes, whenever that arbitrary, we'll
Right.
pull it
With
up.
that
But
number.
pretty remarkable, just opening just above 6,000 for
Right.
sure. The 6,000 territory, low being 59.22 that we set back in February. That low after it was up at about 20,000. And so the weekly spreads, let's see, so you get 4,000 on each side. It's usually how they do it. And you're going to be right basically the middle of that at 6,200. So per contract, you're trading
10 coins, right? 1 coin. 1/10 of a coin.
1/10 of a coin.
1/10
Thank
of
you.
a coin, right?
Yeah. And for the weeklies, you're trading 1/100th of a coin.
Yeah.
And to pull
Is
those
that the
up-
monthly? Just okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we were looking at the weeklies. That's 1/10 of a coin.
Right.
And the monthlies are 1/100th of a coin.
Right.
And those are one same thing. And what's interesting is they're both going to expire on this Friday.
Okay.
And so you have a little bit of the middle of the monthly spread is 7,600.
Okay.
So that's where you could get some skew if this trades away from 7,600.
Yeah.
Where this one could have the monthly could have a little bit of premium in it. Either way, pretty cool. Defined risk as in pretty cool that we're coming into that 59.22 area. We're either going to hold it, or if we go below it,
totally.
Watch out, man.
And, last week, there's no doubt, man, you talk about a tough week of getting Bitcoins ripped off, man. There was 2 different rip-offs last week.
Excuse me, yeah.
It's about as intense as you can get.
Yeah, and they weren't too large, though. That was the 30 or 40 million, as in we talked about it. That Mt. Gox one that was in the press last week, talking about billions of dollars in Bitcoins at today's valuation.
Stay right there, folks. Swim lessons coming up next. Then, of course, we got our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, Steve Rhodes, Dave White. I'll be back this afternoon. Thanks, pal.
Thanks, man.
Go get him, folks.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.